Narayanam Padmabhuvam Vasishtham Shaktin cha Tatputra Parasharam cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Mathasya Shishyam Shri Shankaracharya Mathasya Padma Padancha Hasta Malakancha Shishyam Tantotakam Vartikakaramanyan Asmadgurun Santatamanatosmi. The Purva Pakshi presented three views. Okay. The Purva Pakshi presented three views. The first view was Atma is Nitya Prachalita Swabhava. Purusha is Nitya Prachalita Swabhava. The Purusha is active by nature. Action is the nature of an individual. In that case, karma cannot be given up. And the second view presented was Kriya eva karakam. Action itself is the factor of action. Even in that view, karma cannot be given up. Karma tyaga is not possible. Then there was a third view. It is the view of Vaisesikas. The Vaisesikas are Arambhavadinaha. According to them, an effect is non-existent before its origin, and then the non-existent effect comes into being. It gains existence. It is the utpatti, the origin of an effect. For example, a pot. Before the pot is made, the pot was non-existent. When the pot is made, the non-existent pot gains existence. In the same manner, in the Atma, there is no action. Sometimes Atma can remain without action. But when the Atma becomes active, the non-existent action comes into existence. Avidyamanam avidyamana kriya utpadyate. A non-existent kriya comes into existence. This is the view of Arambhavada. And in this view, the Arambhavadi contends that Atma can exist without action because there is absence of action at some point of time. And then the Atma becomes active when the action originates. That is how, if you accept this view, giving up of karma is possible. The Atma can become really karta. Meanwhile, the Atma can also give up the action. It is possible in Arambhavada. Then, on that, Siddhanti says, see, yeah, we have to look into, yeah. So, uh, yeah, yeah. See, Siddhanti said this view cannot be accepted because this is abhagavatam. It is abhagavatamata because it is not acceptable to the words of Bhagavan. It contradicts the teaching of Gita because the Gita Shastra, chapter 2, it is clearly said, Nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha. Then Purvapakshi asks once again, let us read. Abhagavatatve api न्यायवत् चेत कह दोषः इति चेत abhagavatत्वे api, even though it is abhagavata, even though it contradicts Krishna's words, Bhagavan's words, still nyayavat chet, it is logical. Nyayavat, Purvapakshi says it is logical. Therefore, what is the problem? Even if it contradicts Shastra, if it is logical, what is the problem? This is Purvapakshi's contention. When such questions are asked, we have to show the logical fallacy. See, now we need logics to refute the other view, because the Purvapakshi thinks it is logical. Then using logics only, we have to show the illogicality of Purvapakshi's view. Iti chet, if it is so, then Siddhanti answers no. Siddhanti shows the logical fallacy in this contention. Uchyate doshavattu idam sarvam, idam sarva pramana virodhat, idam doshavat, this view has dosha, this view has fallacy, it is fallacious. Why? Sarva pramana virodhat. Not only it contradicts Bhagavan's words, it contradicts all other pramanas also, including pratyaksha, anumana, etc. Katham, Purvapakshi asks, how it contradicts all pramanas? Then Siddhanti, yadi tavat dvyanuka didravyam प्रागुत्पत्तेः अत्यन्तमेव असत् उत्पन्नं स्थितं च. What is there in your book? Yeah. Utpannam cha sthitam. After that, kanchit kalam. Kanchit kalam is a better reading. Kanchit kalam. Yeah. Punaha atyantameva asatvam apadyate tatha cha sati asadeva sajjayate सदैव असत्वम आपद्यते अभावः भावः भवति भावश्च अभावः इति तत्र अभावः जायमानः प्रागुत्पत्तेः शशविषाणकल्पः समवायि असमवायि निमित्ताख्यम् समवायि असमवायि निमित्ताख्यम् कारणम् अपेक्ष्य जायते इति न च एवम् अभावः उत्पद्यते कारणं वा अपेक्षते इति शक्यं वक्तुम् असताम् शशविषाणादीनाम् अदर्शनात्. Yeah. So यदि तावत्, first of all, तावत् द्व्यणुकादिद्रव्यम् according to Vaisesika, there is Paramanu, Dvyanuka and Triyanuka. These are three types of particles: Paramanu, Dvyanuka and Triyanuka. Paramanu is the smallest particle. Nayayika accepts four types of Paramanus, four types of atoms, not like a periodic table. In periodic table there are 105 types of atoms. It is not so. Only four atoms according to Nayayika. In fact, the periodic table atom cannot be considered atom according to Nayayika, Vaiseshika, because even that can be broken. Atoms can be broken. Whereas Nayayika's atoms, Paramanus, are that which cannot be subdivided. It is the smallest particle which cannot be subdivided further. Such particle is called Paramanu. Two Paramanus combine to form a Dvyanuka. Two Paramanus combine to form a Dvyanuka. And three Dvyanukas combine together to form a Triyanuka. Two Paramanus combine together to form a Dvyanuka, and three Dvyanukas combine together to form a Tryanuka. Three Dvyanukas combine together to form a Tryanuka. Tryanuka. The Tryanuka is the smallest visible particle. Smallest visible particle is called Tryanuka. Up to Paramanu and Dvyanuka, it is not visible. Only Tryanuka starts becoming visible. Smallest, the small particles that you see in the air sometimes, it is called Tryanuka. Especially when there is a beam of sunlight, you can find some particles having a zigzag movement, Brownian movement. Those particles are called Tryanuka. It is the smallest visible particle, Tryanuka. Paramanu and Dvyanuka are not visible. Now, according to Vaisesika, Paramanu is not a product. Paramanu is not a karya, because Paramanu existed even before Srishti. During Srishti, the Paramanus combine to form Dhyanukas. Therefore, Dhyanuka is the first product. First product is called Dhyanuka in the Srishti. Two Paramanus combine to form Dhyanuka. So, Dhyanukadi Dravyam, the Dhyanuka, etc., the Dravyas, the substances starting from Dhyanuka are products. Paramanu is not a product. So first it forms Dhyanuka, and then Dhyanukas form Tryanuka. Then the Tryanukas combine to form the table, etc., whatever. Vastu, all various objects, various other products, gross products. So it is like atoms combine to form molecules, and the molecules form various other things. So to some extent, it resembles modern chemistry and physics, but it is not so. It's a different model altogether. So Dhyanukadi Dravyam Pragutpattehe, before origin, Atyantam eva asat, according to Vaiseshika, it was absolutely asat. Atyantam eva asat. It was absolutely non-existent. Means before the origin of Dhyanuka, there was no Dhyanuka at all. Dhyanuka was absolutely non-existent. But then Utpannancha, then it takes birth. Dhyanuka takes birth. Dhyanuka originates. And then Kanchit Kalam Sthitam, for a while it stays during Srishti. The Dhyanuka remains. And then Punaha, once again, Atyantam eva asatvam apadyate. Once again it becomes absolutely non-existent. It becomes non-existent once again. So Dvyanuka was absent before, non-existent before, then it gains existence, then it becomes non-existent once again. It loses existence once again. Tathacha sati. So this is Vaisesika's contention. Siddhanti is restating Vaisesika's contention. Then tathacha sati, if it is so, according to Vaisesika, then asadeva sajjayate, this will be the implication of that. Siddhanti is stating the implication of Vaiseshika's contention. In that case, asat eva sajjayate, asat becomes sat, non-existent becomes existent, and sadeva asatvam apadyate, existent becomes asat, non-existent. In other words, abhavaha bhavaha bhavati, absence becomes presence, and bhavascha abhavaha, presence becomes absence. Iti, this is the implication of Vaisheshika's contention. Tatra, in that case, abhavaha jayamanaha, the absence, abhava, which originates, jayamanaha, the absence takes birth, pragutpattehe shashavishanakalpaha, before origin it was like a shashavishana, it was abhava like a shashavishana, it was absent, it was non-existence like a shashavishana. But then it takes birth. So pragutpattehe shashavishanakalpaha abhavaha, an abhava which is like a shashavishana, which is like a rabbit's horn, before origin, then it gains existence. Jayamana, it takes birth, it originates. How? Samavayi asamavayi nimittakhyam karanam apekshya jayate. In order to originate, it requires three karanas. According to Vaisheshika, there are three causes. Any product comes into being on account of three causes. One is called samavayi karana, another is asamavayi karana, third one is nimitta karana. Samavayi karana means yat samavetam karanam utpadyate tat samavayi karanam. A cause in which the effect resides in samavaya sambandha is called samavayi karana. For example, the parts are the samavayi karana of the whole. For dvyanuka, the two paramanus are the samavayi karana. For cloth, thread is the samavayi karana. because the cloth inheres in the thread. The cloth is present in the thread in samavaya sambandha. Therefore, it is called samavayi karana. The second cause is asamavayi karana. Karyena karanena va ekasminnarthe saha samavetam satkaranam asamavayi karanam. So, asamavayi karana means the cause and effect may not have a direct samavaya sambandha, but indirectly it becomes a cause, being in samavaya sambandha either with the karya or with the karana. That is called asamavayi karana. I am not going to explain this now. Let me give an example. According to Nayayika, the color of a cloth, what is the karana of the color of a cloth? Pata rupa. The color of a cloth. What is the samavayi karana? Samavayi karana is the cloth. Cloth is the samavayi karana of the color of cloth. Because color exists in the cloth in samavaya sambandha. Color originates in the cloth in samavaya sambandha. Therefore, the samavayi karana of the color of the cloth is the cloth itself. Now, what is the asamavayi karana of the color of the cloth? Nayayika says the color of the thread is the asamavayi karana of the color of the cloth. Sorry, yeah, asamavayi karana of the color of the cloth. Color of the thread is the asamavayi karana of the color of the cloth. How it becomes asamavayi karana? Because with respect to the color of the cloth, the color of the thread is present in the thread in samavaya sambandha, in which the cause of the color of the cloth, the samavayi karana of the color of the cloth, which is cloth, is also present in samavaya sambandha. It becomes a little too complex. For detail, when we study a book like Tarka Sangraha, we can analyze these things. So there is another karana called asamavayi karana. That much is enough now. We need not worry too much now. Yeah. And the third karana is called a nimitta karana. Nimitta karana means a cause other than both samavayi karana and asamavayi karana is called nimitta karana. For example, while making a pot, if you have to make a pot, the nimitta karana is the stick, the wheel, kulala, chakra, all these are nimitta karana. So there are three causes for any product. So, nimittakhyam, samavayi, asamavayi, nimittakhyam karanam. Three types of causes. Apekshya, based on, depending on these three causes, requiring these three causes. Jayate iti, an effect gains, an effect comes into being. Iti. So this is the implication of Vaisesikas contention. A non-existent object comes into being, gains existence, requiring these three types of causes. Samavayi, asamavayi, nimittakaran. But then Siddhanti says this is a fallacious contention because abhavaha utpadyate, an absence originates, karanam va apekshate, and also the absence requires karana for its birth. Absence requires mother and father for its birth. Iti. This contention is not correct. So, abhavaha utpadyate karanam va apekshate iti vaktum na shakyam. One cannot argue in this manner. One cannot say this. One cannot say that the abhava, absence, originates and it requires a karana. It is like saying Vandhyaputra, the son of a barren woman, is born and he is born from mother and father. Asatam shashavishanadinam adarshanat. So this is pramana viruddha, sarva pramana viruddha, Siddhanti had said. How it is sarva pramana viruddha? Siddhanti shows. First of all, it is pratyaksha pramana viruddha. Why? Asatam, any non-existent objects like a shashavishana, etc., like a rabbit's horn, etc., adarshanat, we do not see their origin. There is no pratyaksha pramana to argue this manner. Pratyaksha pramana is not in favor of this argument. And he also says, yeah, let us continue. Bhavatmakaschet घटादयः उत्पद्यमानाः किञ्चित् अभिव्यक्तिमात्रकारणम् अपेक्ष्य उत्पद्यन्ते इति शक्यं प्रतिपत्तुम्. So instead of this, Siddhanti says, we can accept in another way. What? Bhavastmakaschet ghatadayah. The ghata, etc., pot, etc., they are bhavatmaka. They are existent in nature. Even before origin, they are present. They are bhavatmaka. They are not abhavatmaka. But utpadyamanaha, while originating, Kinchit abhivyakti matra karanam apekshya. They require only some causes for their abhivyakti only, for their manifestation only. That is how they originate. Utpadyante iti pratipattum shakyam. One can accept this. One can accept that pot, etc., existed in a potential form, in an unmanifest form, and then on account of some karanas, they manifest. This can be accepted. Instead, something was not there, it becomes existent. This cannot be accepted. Kincha asatascha sadbhave सतश्च असद्भावे न क्वचित् प्रमाण प्रमेय व्यवहारे विश्वासः कस्यचित् स्यात् सत् सदेव असत् असदेव इति निश्चयानुपपत्तेः. Kincha, moreover, in addition to pratyaksha pramana virodha, also we can understand anumana pramana. If it is pratyaksha pramana virodha, it contradicts even anumana pramana, because one cannot infer against pratyaksha pramana. Kincha, moreover, asatascha sadbhave, if non-existent becomes existent and satascha asadbhave and existent becomes non-existent, in that case न क्वचित् प्रमाण प्रमेय व्यवहारे कस्यचित् विश्वासः स्यात्. In that case, nobody will trust any pramana prameya vyavahara. Everyone will lose trust in pramana prameya vyavahara. Kvachit, anywhere in the world, kasyachit, for anybody, pramana prameya vyavahare vishwasah syat. There will not be vishwasah na syat. There will be no vishwasa. There will be no trust in pramana prameya vyavahara, in the transaction of employing a pramana and knowing the prameya. Because if existent can become non-existent and non-existent can become existent, in that case, what you see now may not be there after a while. You have locked your house and come, thinking that once you go back, you will see your house in the same place. When you return, it may disappear. Your house may disappear. And what is not there may come also. Some other building may come in that place. Therefore, people will lose trust in pramana prameya vyavahara if such a thing happens. This is another logical fallacy in Nayayika's contention. Sat sadeva asat asadeva iti nishchayanupapattehe, because in Vaisesika's contention or Nayayika's contention, both are same in this matter. Vaiseshika or Naiyayika. Sat Sadeva. Existent is existent only. What exists really exists, and it will continue to exist. And Asat Asadeva. Non-existent is non-existent only. Iti nishchayanupapattehe. This kind of a nishchaya, this kind of a conclusion is not acceptable to Vaisheshika. Therefore, what is there now, it will remain after some time. This conviction, this faith, one cannot have if one accepts Vaisheshika's contention. That is why Sarva Pramana Vyakopa will happen. All Pramanas will become invalid. Because what you see now, you cannot trust whether it will stay there or not. Kincha utpadyate iti dvyanukadehe dravyasya स्वकारणसत्ता संबंधम आहुः प्रागुत्पत्तेश्च असत् पश्चात् स्वकारणं व्यापारम् अपेक्ष्य स्वकारणैः परमाणुभिः सत्तया च समवायलक्षणेन संबंधेन संबध्यते संबद्धं सत् कारणसमवेतं सत् भवति कारणसमवेतं सत् भवति तत्र वक्तव्यं कथम् असतः सत्कारणं भवेत् संबंधो वा केनचित् स्यात् न हि वन्ध्यापुत्रस्य सता संबंधो वा कारणं वा केनचित् प्रमाणतः कल्पयितुं शक्यम् किंच मोरोवर उत्पद्यते इति जनुकादेः द्रव्यस्य what happened yeah yeah सता संबंधः or सत्ता संबंधः is also fine. What is there in your book? सत्ता सत्ता संबंधः. If it is single word, then satta sambandha. Satta sambandha if it is single word. Yeah, satta sambandha is a better reading. Satta sambandha. Yeah, yeah, satta sambandha. What is there in your book? Satta sambandha. Okay. Satta sambandha is the correct reading. Yeah. Satta sambandho. We will read the line again. Nahi वन्ध्यापुत्रस्य सत्ता संबंधः वा कारणं वा केनचित् प्रमाणतः कल्पयितुं शक्यं. Yeah. So, kincha, moreover, another fallacy in Purvapakshi's contention dvyanukadehe dravyasya स्वकारणसत्ता संबंधम उत्पद्यते इति आहुः. According to Vaiseshika, when they say something originates, utpadyate, something originates, when they say, what kind of a phenomenon is this origin? According to them, origin means swakarana satta sambandha, the non-existent product associates with its cause, its karana, and then it gets association with satta, existence. First of all, it associates with its cause, karana, and then it associates with the existence, satta sambandha. It gains existence. This is what they say as origin. Kincha, also one more logical fallacy. To show one more logical fallacy, the author shows the contention of Vaiseshika. Utpadyate iti. When a Vaiseshika says utpadyate, originates, what he means to say is dvyanukadehe dravyasya, the dravya, dvyanuka, etc. Dvyanuka, tryanuka, ghata, ityadi, any dravya. Swakarana satta sambandham, swakarana sambandha and satta sambandha. They associate with their cause. The three types of causes: samavayi karana, asamavayi karana, and nimitta karana. And also satta sambandha. They associate with satta, existence. Earlier they were not associated with the existence. Now they associate with the existence. Ahuhu. This is how they explain the origin of any given product. But the problem here is pragutpastescha asat. Yeah, and the Nayayika Vaiseshika's contention is clarified further. Vaiseshika's contention is being clarified further. Pragutpattescha asat. Before utpatti, it was asat. The product was asat, non-existent. Paschat, afterwards, swakaranam vyaparam apekshya, requiring the functions of its karana, the functions of its causes, on account of the functions of its causes, swakaranaihi paramanubhihi, with its causes that are paramanus, with its samavayi karana, that are the paramanus, and sattayacha, and also with the existence, samavaya lakshanena sambandhena sambadhyate, the effect sambadhyate, it gets associated with both satta and its cause, its samavayi karana, and the sambandha through which it connects with these two is called samavaya sambandha. Samavaya lakshanena sambandhena. through a sambandha, a relation called samavaya. It associates with its cause, the paramanus, as well as with the satta, the existence. That means, according to Vaisesika, the effect, dvyanuka, is there in the cause paramanu in samavaya sambandha. The sambandha between paramanu and dvyanuka is samavaya sambandha. The dvyanuka rests on the paramanus through a relation called samavaya sambandha. Unlike this book standing on this table, the book resides on the table. The sambandha is called sanyoga sambandha. It is a surface contact. But samavaya sambandha is not a surface contact. In the case of paramanu and dvyanuka cannot exist without paramanu, because paramanu is the samavayi karana of dvyanuka. That is called samavaya sambandha. The paramanu resides, the dvyanuka resides in paramanu through samavaya sambandha. And then in the dvyanuka there is satta, existence. Existence resides in the dvyanuka through samavaya sambandha. It is another samavaya sambandha. Yeah. So one samavaya sambandha connects dvyanuka to paramanu. Another samavaya sambandha connects satta, existence, with the dvyanuka. That is told here. Samavaya lakshanena sambandhena sambadhyate. So these two, paramanus as well as satta, with these two, the dvyanuka relates through the sambandha called samavaya sambandha. And that happens during the origin. That is called the origin. So, origin means the association of a non-existent effect with its cause as well as with the satta through a sambandha called samavaya sambandha. Sambadham sat karana samavetam sat bhavati. Karana samavetam sambadham sat. Once it is associated with the karana and satta, karana samavetam, then it remains as a karana samaveta. Karana samaveta means it is dependent on its karana, paramanu, through samavaya sambandha. So karana samavetam, residing in its cause through karana through samavaya sambandha, sat bhavati, then it becomes sat, it becomes existent. Previously it was not karana samaveta and it was not even sat, but now it has become karana samaveta. It is associated with its cause, it resides in its cause, and it has become sat. This is their contention. Bhashyakara explained their contention, what they really mean to say. Now he asked them, Tatra Vaktavyam. There, in this, in that contention, regarding that contention, Vaktavyam, Vaiseshika should say, Vaisheshikena Vaktavyam. He should answer this question. What question? Katham asataha sat karanam bhavet? How can sat, an existing object, sat, how can it be the cause of asat? How can it be the cause of a non-existent object? How can one become the mother of a Vandhyaputra? So how can Sat be the cause of non-existent? Sambandho va kenachit syat. How can the Asat get sambandha with anything? Kenachit sambandho va katham syat. How can the non-existent get associated with something else? नहि वन्ध्यापुत्रस्य सत्तासम्बन्धो वा कारणं वा केनचित् प्रमाणः कल्पयितुं शक्यम्. Vandhyaputrasya, the son of a barren woman, sattasambandho va, his association with the existence, or karanam va, his cause, kenachit pramanatah kalpayitum shakyam. Nobody can understand this with any pramana. Nobody can arrive at this with any pramana. Vandhyaputra has a cause. Before birth, Vandhyaputra was not there. But then that Vandhyaputra gets associated with the cause and becomes existent. This cannot be understood with any pramana. Therefore, it is Sarva Pramana Viruddha. Let us stop here. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.